I was just like mentally just really drained. So the next day after he told me that, I woke up and I was like, I'm gonna meditate.
Yeah.
So I did exactly what he told me to do, right? And this is not no fabricated nothing. In the midst of me meditating, it got real dark and my body got cold, like freezing cold. And it sounds childish, but I seen like a devil, but it wasn't like a evil devil. It looked like a cartoon type devil. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, and you'll see it and it looked like a traditional type of tattoo type devil, you know? And it was smiling at me. And I popped my eyes up and I called him. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you just told me to do, but nigga, no. He like, all I told you to do was meditate. I'm like, no, nigga, what the fuck was that? You know? And at that time, I got a screenshot on my old phone. I still got that too. I Googled what did a smiling devil mean, and basically was telling me like some shit was gonna happen and was kind of like preparing me, like, you know, but it didn't say what though. So, you know, I try to just like think positive. I'm like, no, whatever. So on that same day, 3 months later, I got set up and never seen this shit again. Shit never happened again, all type of shit. And when I was off the shrooms, I was going up my stairs, and in this particular house, I didn't get no furniture for a reason. I'm like, you're not finna be here long. Don't get comfortable. Don't buy shit, bitch. Be living like you could be packing up, moving at any day. And my living room, and I had like a foyer right by the stairs or whatever. So it's the living room, the foyer, the living room, and then the dining room, empty. It was a bunch of, I don't want to put a name on it, but beings, like in a physical form. And it was a whole bunch of different ones. None of them looked the same or nothing. And it didn't feel demonic. It didn't feel bad. It felt like it was a part of me. It felt like it was all different things in a physical form about me. And it filled up my foyer, my fucking living room, my dining room. It was so many. But what scared me was I seen the little smiling devil from when I seen back in 2018. And that shit scared the motherfuck out of me. Like, it was the same exact way, but now it feel a little bit more different. Like, my eyes ain't closed, nigga. I knew if I opened my eyes, you gone. Like, you right here. I took the fuck off. Yeah. Took the fuck off. I ran straight up the motherfucking stairs. I wish to tell you, she was in front of me. I was pushing her ass. Go, go, go. Like, the fuck? No. Like, oh my God. But off of that shroom experience, it showed me, like, I'm really scared of myself because in that moment, if that shit really felt like me, what you run for? You know what I'm saying? It ain't scare you. It didn't make you feel like, oh no, you shouldn't be saying this. It didn't feel like nothing. It felt like I was looking at me, but it wasn't me though. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, what you run for? And it's like, damn, you that scared to see yourself?
Yeah. Because throughout your whole life, you're basically accumulating memory and imaginations. And then when you start creating a personality behind that and too many different personalities and you get stuck to any of those personalities, one day some shit happens to make you realize you're none of that shit that you created.
Yeah, I had 2 ego deaths in the same fucking 30 days. And that was in that year too. Like, I had never meditated again after that until just 2 years ago. Like, that's how scared I was to do it again. And
I do wonder what type of meditation you're doing though, because that's
just laying there, you know,
just
what I'm
sitting
saying?
and waiting, basically, and just sitting and breathing.
Eyes closed,
that's
breathe.
Okay, yeah, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, but it was my perspective on it. Like, I went after the meditating the first time. I went into it with fear after something really did happen.
Yeah. And
then it took just 2 years ago for me to understand, like, no, nigga, that's a gift. Like, it don't matter if you know what the fuck exactly anything is. Like, you had a heads up, like, you know. And
well, the gift too is that you're able to get into full sun meditation, because a lot of people try to meditate and they can't even get there. So you basically went so deep into meditation that you were actually really, really deeply involved in it. And that's hard to get to. Even I've been practicing yoga and meditation for like 10 years now, and I still have trouble getting into like a real deep state. of just like nothingness?
Hey, I've meditated before, and when I say, man, it got so deep. Like, I was crying and I was, meditating, and like, everything that I seen for myself and for the people I'm attached to, because I seen them too. I seen everything, and it felt like I was there. Like, it's so crazy how much I was there. I seen the shit. And when I opened my eyes, when I was done, like, this is just me being all the way transparent. It was cloudy. At this time, it was cloudy for like the whole week. Every day it was cloudy as hell. And in the middle of me meditating, I remember I peeked my eye open for a split second, and the sun was beaming in my room so crazy that it just made me cry more and just kept doing it. Like, that's how much it was like, okay, what the fuck? It's been cloudy all goddamn week, and here go the sun. Now I'm meditating, and you beaming in here? I'm doing something right. And it just made me keep doing it. So when I got done, when I opened up my eyes, I felt myself like get heavy. I felt light as fuck. And it's like when I opened my eyes, I felt myself get heavy again. And I remember sitting there like, I had to remember I was sitting in my room. That's how much it didn't feel like I was like, I'm like, where the fuck am I at? And I'm like,
hitting
in my house.
A serious deep level of meditation. Probably one thing you don't even realize when you're doing it is that the time flies like super fast. So that means you are hitting really deep levels of meditation. Again, most people aren't really, it's difficult. Meditation is all about setting the conditions for you to go further than the senses that you have that are available to you. Like, we're only so occupied with our senses of our smell, sound, feel, touch, all these things. And then you have your physical and all that. And then there's another dimension that meditation gets you to once you set the conditions to get there. The thing that sucks though, society is all like, man, shut the fuck up with that shit. I remember like I used to have a boss that I used to be like, man, you should do some meditation. He's like, I'm not doing that bullshit. He's like, you think I made these millions doing meditation? And I'm like, man, but you are miserable, motherfucker. Like,
right. Say, maybe that's your cheat code right there. You playing with it.
One other interesting thing too that you did that's in India is a very spiritual thing is every year they try to acclimate 2 weeks of the year to being isolated, because you owe it to yourself to be alone for 2 weeks and be away from the world. Like, you owe it to figure out about yourself, see what recycling patterns are happening in your mind and physicality and everything like that, and to take control of it at that moment. So you going on that trip was like naturally a spiritual trip for you.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I study myself like all the way, not just rap. Like, I really study myself. And sometimes like I might do it like 4 times a year where I like look at myself from not me. I try to look at myself from another person's perspective. Mm-hmm. And when I do things like that, I be real with myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that I've said to myself that can't nobody in this world ever say to me, because nobody know nothing. I know the real, you know what I'm saying? And when I do shit like that, I'm all the way honest with myself. We ain't sugarcoat shit. I'm not about to act like you just 100% or you working at 100% or you just all the way. Bitch, tighten up what you doing. You know what I'm saying? And when I do stuff like that, it hurt, of course, because you always want to say good shit about yourself, but in order to fix certain shit, I gotta be real with myself.
If you enjoy watching shorter clips of the Kid L podcast, we have a YouTube page for that called Kid L Podcast Clips. Search up Kid L Podcast Clips on YouTube.